Yeah, so we can start with our session. So today will be the second day of demo class. And so today we will learn the data architecture, like how the business gets the data. Is my screen is visible? Please click. In yesterday's sessions, we learned what are the different terminologies we have in the data domain, and also we understood what is the difference between data analyst, data engineer, and data scientist, right? So now in this demo class, so we will understand the data architecture. What is this data architecture? So basically, data architectures are nothing but the flow of data end to end, the workflow of the data we will be seeing over here in the data architecture. So data architecture, right? So what is especially the data architecture? Every organizations, there will be forms of data where they'll be getting it, right? What are the source of data they are receiving? Every organizations, it might be the structured data, it might be the unstructured data, and there will be a semi-structured as well. So can you give me for example, so what is unstructured data? Right? So what is structured data and what is unstructured data? Basically, unstructured data are nothing but we will be recording all the data in a notepad or a Word document. So it is not in a structured form. So that kind of data are known as unstructured data. So it may be like the data comes from the social media platforms which are not structured, and whatever the data which will be recording in the notepad or Word document. So even that is also a semi-structured, we can call it as, or else we'll be recording all the data randomly in one particular file, like yearly, monthly, all those things considered as a unstructured data. So in the sense, basically a simple word definitions we can give it for unstructured data are nothing but which is not recorded in the rows and column in a structured way. That kind of data are called as unstructured data. And here we have what is structured data. What is structured data? Basically, structured data are the data which can be recorded in the rows and column, and that data are used as a structured data, right? So suppose for an example, we can call it as Excel and SQL and RDBMS, all the databases. So we will be recording the data in a rows and columns, and that are called as a structured way of writing the data. The data which includes the rows column to record all the data in a table, that is called as a structured data. Unstructured data which doesn't follow a rows and column or else the table format to record the data, right? That is called as unstructured data. And the one more thing, we have the semi-structured data. So what is this semi-structured data? Basically, semi-structured data are the data where it will be recorded in a both way, structured way and unstructured way. Both mixture of it, we will be calling as semi-structured data. What are the examples we can give? For unstructured data, we can give example for NoSQL. For structured data, we can give for SQL, Excel, right? And for semi-structured data, we can give CSV files and the downloaded APIs, and also the CRM records also comes under the structured data only. So these are the data they'll be getting. So now randomly they'll be storing it in the warehouse. So where that will be taken by the data engineer. So here the data engineer is a person who will be dealing with all the raw data in an initial stage, right? So here this may be unstructured, structured, and semi-structured, right? That actually the data engineer will consider it into the first phase of cleaning, and he'll take the data injection, in the sense batch will be created, creation of batch, right? Batch will be created for the data, and he will do the ETL process, right? So he'll do the ETL process. What is this ETL? ETL refers to extract, transform, and load. So here we'll be having a lot of ETL tools like in the cloud platforms. So basically the data engineer, he'll be working with a cloud platform. So the ETL tool, the cleaning platforms, if he is proficient with, so he can switch to the data engineer profile. So ETL tool here, AWS Glue, AWS Glue, right? And again the Taboo Prep. So these are the tools, and there are a lot many ETL tools which are open source as well. So if you are interested, you can just scroll in the Google that ETL open source tools for data engineer. So you'll be getting all the list of all the open source. Here for an example, we can take it for AWS Glue. So what they'll do, they'll create a batches for this particular data, right? And they will clean that data and store it in the data warehouse of the organization. So this is the data warehouse, we call it as. This is actually the workflow. This is called as data warehouse, right? Data warehouse or else data lake. So we also learned yesterday what is the difference between data warehouse and data lake. So all the structured data are called as data warehouse, and all the unstructured data are called as data lake, right? So they will be storing all those things here. So here data engineer, right? And he'll be dealing with this data, and again, so he's the person. And what happens to this data, right? So again, so what happens to this data? So this data again taken by the data engineer and data scientist, right? So then they will clean, they'll use that data for the, so here, the next one, the next phrase. So here the data engineer and data scientist. So data engineer and data scientist will deal with that data, and they'll clean that in a first phrase. So right, so here I'll write data analyst, data engineer, right? So data analyst, sorry, this is data scientist, not engineer. Right? So this is the data scientist. What they'll be doing, they'll get that data from the data warehouses. So here they'll be creating on the category wise, the different tables are created for this data. Suppose one we can call it as product table, one we can call it as sales table, one is customers information table. So in the data warehouses, in a table form, all the data will be stored on an yearly base, on a customer base, or else the category wise, right? So these data will be extracted by the data analyst and data scientist. So here to extract, what are the tools they use? They use the SQL server, right? SQL are the tools they'll use to extract the data. And then what are the other tools they'll be using? So Excel to clean it again one more time. So if there is any duplicacy, so they'll find out, and if there is a missing value, they'll find out that and they'll clean it, right? So Excel, and Python for again for data cleaning by using the pandas and NumPy, and Matplotlib for creations of the visualizations. And also they'll be using the Power BI to create a visualizations, right? So these are the tools used by the data analyst, and to store all the coding, so they will be using Git and GitHub. Okay, so Git and GitHub. So what we are learning now, data architecture. So how all these three domains use the data into the workflow in the organizations, how it does work, right? So we are understanding the workflow of it. And here, so one more time. So when it comes to the data scientist, along with these tools, what are the other things they'll be have to learn? So the machine learning, AI, and algorithms. with statistics. With statistics, right? So these are the things they have to be proficient with, the scientists. But as if we are learning the data analyst, so we have to concentrate on these tools, right? So these tools we have to concentrate. One is MySQL to extract the data, Excel for cleaning purpose and to create the Excel dashboard for the small data, and then Python, and then Power BI and Git and GitHub to store all the datas, right? And once this is done, so what they'll be doing, so both the domains, they will be concentrating on creating the visualization. So here, data visualization. So here, the data visualization. So both the domains will be concentrating on this particular, right? So this is actually a data architecture, we call it as. So what is data architecture now? So the source, this is called as a data source. Once the data source are defined for the organizations, the data engineer creates a batch for each data. So he'll create with the help of ETL tools, and then he'll be storing in the organizational data warehouse and data lake in a table form with a structured way. So that data will be utilized by the data analyst and data scientist for pre-processing of the data and to create the visualizations and to create the insights, right? So this is actually the entire file process. One is data source. So I'll just write it over here. This is called as data source. What is the source of data? So the source of data are structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. And the next is data injection. We can call this step as data injection, right? And then here the dumping of the data into the warehouse. So this data will be utilized by data analyst and data scientist. And again, the tools and technologies. And these are the final phrase, data visualization. Once the visualizations are created, so how it is helpful for the organizations. So for the organizations, helpful for the business decision making, right? So it will be helpful for business decision making and insights. It increases the revenue, right? Increases the revenue and decreases cost of production, So all these things are the use case of this visualizations and insights, whatever generated by analyst and the scientist by using the various tools and technology. The entire process in the organizations, it will be carry forward. So that entire thing, the workflow of data is called as data architecture. So any doubts in this? Shilpa, Jai, Sai Kiran, and Harika. Okay. Okay, perfect, Shilpa. So thank you so much for the response. And again, yeah. So if you go through with the website, the syllabus, so the same syllabus, we are following over here as well. So when it comes to the batch timings, so the batch timings would start from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So as of now, it is a demo sessions we have scheduled at the spare time, that is 6 to 7. But the real live classes will be starting from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And the duration of the courses will be 45 to 60 days. And each topics, whatever we are learning, every notes will be provided to you, along with the recordings will be given in the drive access. As soon as you make the registrations, you'll be getting all the details in the drive access, so you can have an access of it for more than 6 months to 1 year, right? And again, so all the doubt clarifications along with the resume building and interview questions will be given with Along with that, the projects, whatever we have mentioned, the 5 projects. So we will be seeing all those in the live sessions only, right? So apart from this, if you have any questions or doubts, you can ask now. Ma'am, basically non-IT, I'm still allowed to take job training of this course. Yes. So here, if this data domain, so it is applicable for IT and non-IT, both the sector. And yeah, if you gain the knowledge in the programming language, so and Excel, the advanced Excel, so it is a added benefits for you to move to IT to non-IT, and in non-IT only you'll be getting huge opportunity for data scrubbing, data quality positions in the real time with a good packages. And the recordings, yeah, and the certifications, actually, Shilpa, I think the certifications is given to you. Just check once with the management, right? Just confirm with them while registrations. So I have, like, the little knowledge into it about the certifications. Yeah. How can we cover the career gap of 2 years, ma'am? Yeah, you can add all the projects, whatever we learn over here. So you can add it as your experience as a 2 years of gap. Yes, while preparing the resume, I'll guide you how to prepare your CV and how to cover your gaps with this experience so that you can able to cover all these things. Right? So yeah, apart from this, any doubts or any questions? Okay, perfect. So Shilpa, Mahesh, Jai, and Kiran. So yeah, so we shall connect tomorrow, and we'll start with, like, the programming language from tomorrow's demo class. We'll see, like, we'll start with the variables, data types and all. So if you are registering, so it will be a backup for you. And the live classes for you for this batch will be starting from today's Tuesday, right? So from Thursday we can start with the live classes, and for that I'll be starting with tomorrow only. With the programming language Python, we can start with from tomorrow, right? So yeah, so thank you so much for your time for today, and please do connect tomorrow, and we'll learn with some environmental setup, and also with the Python programming language we can start with. Fine. Okay. Yep, thank you so much everyone. So yeah, bye bye.